Welcome to Lipsticks and Lariats. Hey everyone, and welcome to the show. Are you a massive professional wrestling fan? Do you find yourself screaming at the TV, cheering for your favorite superstars, and analyzing every single match? But maybe you feel like the conversation is always dominated by the same voices. Well, get ready, because we're here to change the game. The all-female podcast that's flipping the script on wrestling commentary. We are friends who live and breathe everything from this squared circle. We're talking about the high-flying action, the epic promos, the shocking heel turns, and the drama that happens both in and out of the ring. From the independent scene to the biggest pay-per-views, we cover it all. Each week, we dive deep into the latest news, review, recent shows, and give our unfiltered opinions on the biggest storylines. We're not afraid to get passionate, have a laugh, and maybe even disagree a little. We'll break down match psychology, celebrate the incredible athleticism of these performers, and share our predictions for what's coming next. We also love to shine a spotlight on the women's division, celebrating the progress and pushing for even more. So, if you're looking for a fresh, fun, and fiery take on the world of wrestling, you've found your new home. Don't miss out on a single episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and get ready to talk some smack with us.
Welcome to Lipsticks and Lariat, episode 15. We're halfway to 30, Nikki.
That's crazy.
I know. This is the podcast where the takes are sharp, the sarcasm is free, and the only thing more dramatic than professional wrestling is the internet arguing about professional wrestling. I'm Catherine, aka She Hates Women's Wrestling, with my tag partner Nikki from the bar. Today, we're diving into the wild world of sports entertainment, or wrestling as it's called in other promotions. Today, we're going to break down some big stories, debate some hot takes, and probably question some booking decisions, which I think is kind of like the norm now.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it is the norm. So grab your belt, grab your snacks, keep your sexist friend nearby. Please subscribe to the podcast and the home of Lipsticks and Lariats, the weekly steel chair. And with that, let's get into Lipsticks and Lariats. And Nikki and I both want to send a get well soon to good old JR, who has been in the hospital for like 23 days.
God, he keeps trucking. The world just throws just everything at him. And he tweeted, he's like, I'll be back. I'm coming. Don't worry about it. Like, his positivity is like, should be studied.
I really think he needs to have someone with him at all times.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to have a caregiver with him at all times for him to keep falling like this at his house, and he's alone.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But speedy recovery to good old JR.
Yep.
And so it is time to get into our top rope segment where we discuss some headlines and news. So, WWE canceled SmackDown in Cincinnati, and then has rescheduled Raw that was supposed to be August 31st in Charlotte to a SmackDown on February 19th. So, Nikki, what's going on with all these reschedules for WWE?
Is it all in that like September kind of time frame? Because again, that's when Money in the Bank got moved. Is it all kind of circling around Labor Day? Or like opening of football, like American NFL?
I don't know.
I don't know. Or is it, I don't know. They're weird because I feel like maybe it's just didn't they just run Cincinnati? Or did AEW just run Cincinnati?
I mean,
right?
we just had a SmackDown in Raw. We had a SmackDown in Raleigh and a Raw in Greensboro, and like within a month or so apart here in North Carolina.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe try not saturate the market too much.
I don't know. But I would have been pissed if I'd have bought tickets for Raw and then you're changing it to a SmackDown.
And in February, no one wants to go anywhere in like January, February.
And then like last year, we had a fucking snowstorm that like shut down the whole state for like 2 weeks. Because in the South, they call for snow, everything shuts down.
It's insane to us. But I don't know. I think it's weird that it's all like these September dates. So I don't know if something. Are they going to be back overseas? Are they going to be? Isn't there supposed to be another Saudi thing this year?
I have no idea. But it's really ironic that all of a sudden they're doing all these reschedules.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll keep an eyeball out on it.
Anyway, it seems that the plans for Night of Champions have been changed because of a potential injury to Rhea Ripley. And now we get Tiffany versus Jade. We're all excited for this, right?
I don't like shitting on the women's division. I'm wearing your on sale. I got Nick's Sami Zayn shirt. AJ's shirt was on sale for $15. So I feel like they're trying to get all her shit gone. I don't think she's coming back, but I digress. I'm afraid they're gonna put a belt on Jade so Charlotte and Jade can feud around a belt, and I don't want neither one of them having that US belt. I'm glad
they needed a women's match, so they had to put Tiffany on there.
Which is fine, but I don't want her versus Jade, and I'm worried Jade's going to take that belt off.
Well, who has the IC belt?
Sol Ruka.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Fuck. I was going to say they could put whoever has the IC belt on it. But, this is the first time the women's U.S. title has been on a pay-per-view in, forever? If ever?
Ever? Because I'm trying to think. They definitely didn't have Julia on a pay-per-view, and I don't know if Chelsea got to defend it on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I know. Friends Google.
Oh, wow.
But, again, it's because of the two. They're going to put it on Jade, and it makes me sad.
But,
yeah.
Does Jade need another title? I mean,
no. I want the women's belts on TV. I love that, or on a pay-per-view. I love that we're slotting in a women's match. You could have picked anybody but Jade. Where's Jordan Grace?
Oh, she's on Evolve.
I know. Her and Kiana James were on Main Event. What are we doing? SmackDown, get your women's shit together. And then again, there's the women's tag, and I know no one wants to see Brie Bella put on a clinic.
Clinic and Brie Bella do not go together, Nikki.
I know, but the poor girl is in a spot that she shouldn't be in, and she's trying. I know she's not great, but girl is trying.
All the women on that roster, you could have picked somebody better than Jade.
Yeah. That's why I'm worried they're going to take the belt off Tiffany. I'm like, you just put it on her. You didn't let her have a Mania match. And then you're going to put it on
Tiffany doesn't work as a babyface. They need to let Tiffany be a heel.
I just feel like the whole, God, we're going to sound like Nick now. Love you, babes. But there's so many heels. Because it's well, Jade's sort of healy. And again, I think Charlotte's better as a heel. There's no Kiana James is a heel. You got Toxic Attraction that's heel. No, Fatal Influence. That's wrong ones.
Yeah.
But there feels like it's too many heels over there. I don't who's your baby face over there?
You can make Julia a baby face. You can make Chelsea Green a baby face. Probably can make Alexa Bliss a baby face.
I'm worried that they would split up Alexa and Charlotte, and they would keep Charlotte as the face.
But I'm like you, Charlotte's a better heel. She's like her dad. She is a much better heel.
Yeah, no, agreed. So, but I don't know. It's the first time she's getting cheered, and she's like, "Oh my God, finally!" So, I don't know.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll shock us and put on a good match.
Maybe. I'm hoping after all this time, girl can get better.
We can only hope and pray. So, TNA decided they are going to cut their workforce by
Oh.
letting people go like Tommy Dreamer, Sammy Callahan. Are they cleaning their books for a potential sale?
That's the rumors. That's what kind of Carlos Silva is known for, is coming in, making things a neat little package, and then sending it off into the world. I just feel so bad for Sammy Callahan, thinking that like, oh, Dreamer's gone, I'm gonna be in that, I'm gonna get that, and then they're like, no, bye. Like, it just feels real ugly over there right now.
It does, and if I was him, I'd have a damn chip on my shoulder where I would make my promotion be like the third best promotion in America.
Yeah.
I'd be like, y'all want to fuck with me? Okay. And I'd be on the phone with Tony Khan. Hey, do you think you could put my show on my AEW? Hey, you want to work together?
Am I wrong? Doesn't Sammy do Revolver with Moxley, or Moxley just shows up there all the time?
I think Moxley just shows up there.
Okay. I was going to say, doesn't he? It feels like he already would have it in being besties with Mox to get on there. But yeah, that's what he should do. Like, fucking hustle, make Revolver more accessible.
But the memo that they sent out, like, did you read that? I was like, what the hell? This sounds like a 3-year-old wrote this shit.
AI, baby.
I mean, even AI sounds better than that memo.
I feel like they just don't care. They're gonna sell it off into the sunset. And would it be crazy if WWE buys it, or Tony Khan buys it, or
Well, they did say the money they got from their AMC deal, that they pretty much used that money to pay down some of their debt. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, that explains why your production still sucks and you can't pay nobody.
Yeah. But again, like, you want the catalog. That's what's, I'm sorry, Reese, cover your ears, but like, that's what you're buying. You're not buying the current. I know there's a lot of gems right now, but like, you're not buying the current. I feel like it's like, you want that back. You want WWE should want all of AJ Styles, all of Samoa Joe, like all of that stuff. Like,
yeah.
Or does Jeff Jarrett come out of nowhere and buy it back?
I mean, it couldn't be no worse.
Global force.
I mean, I'm predicting within the next 5 months, your world champion in TNA is going to be Moose. Because him or AJ Francis are going to be the only two left.
Well, he got himself in trouble with Reese's Love on Twitter. Did you see that?
No.
AJ Francis like posted something and like mentioned Steve Macklin, and Tiana like went in for the kill. Like, you're not gonna like, you're basically calling him out for lying about something.
I did see everybody coming after Tommy Dreamer, and somebody made a comment that Tommy Dreamer's was trying to blackball them or something, and then Mickie James decided to have a Sarah Stock meltdown and defend Tommy Dreamer, and people were like, this is not a hill you want to die on.
Oh, I didn't see the Mickie thing, but yeah, no, I don't. Tommy Dreamer just, I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't think someone you should champion, but just me.
But I'm just saying, within the next 5 months, you're world champion in TNA. AJ or Moose, and I don't mean AJ Styles.
Ugh, sorry, Reese.
So, it seems that FTR announced that they are going to take a hiatus from wrestling. So now the rumors are swirling. They are WWE bound.
I love FTR. I'm okay with them being off AEW for a little bit, because they've had those belts for a while, and like, again, make me miss you a little bit. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel if they would go back to WWE. That makes me really nervous. I know Triple H loved them, but I feel like that doesn't mean shit anymore. A lot of people is like, Aleister Black, he was Triple H's boy in NXT, came up, nothing, fired, came back, nothing, fired. Like, I don't want that for FTR.
And I think I read somewhere where they said either this contract or their next contract was going to be their last.
Unless you want to go to WWE and get that, Hall of Fame, you want to be in all the video games and get your, Legend Steel. Like, they're putting, again, as much as I champion the Bellas, you put the belt, like, Bella's FTR, I feel like they're just putting everybody in, so why not? You need another tag team in there.
Yeah, but them Legends deals are not as good as they once were. Just ask Kevin Nash.
True. I don't know, but make that WWE money and not, be taking bumps like you do.
That's
Whatever
true.
they want, as long as they're happy, being healthy, not, pulling guns on people.
Well, road rage is a thing.
Girl. In the Northeast, it's very much a thing.
So, people are fussing about the Owen Hart tournament being so predictable. What do you think about it, Nikki?
Well, I would say the women's is not necessarily very predictable. I feel like Willow getting injured kind of threw plans. I think what happened on Collision with Maya and Athena and Mercedes kind of felt I don't want to say out of nowhere, but like, I feel like that was like a big thing because I didn't think she'd beat Sky Blue and then she beat Athena. So I think that's something different. I feel like maybe it's inevitably going to be Mercedes, but maybe the way we're getting there is a little different. Maybe they're holding off having another rematch between Mercedes and Athena. And I'm not mad about the men's being predictable because give me Swerve Ospreay all goddamn day.
Well, I agree with that. I'm going to jump ahead, but you mentioned Swerve.
Yes.
So, our producer, who is a huge, huge fan of one Daniel Garcia decided he'd call out Swerve. I don't promote violence, but if Daniel Garcia happens to pull an Owen Hart in the ring, I'm not going to be upset. I'll say it that way.
Oh no, that's aggressive.
I mean, if Swerve wanted to stomp his head on a cinder block with a Swerve stomp, I don't think I would be mad.
No, poor Pickle. I don't know.
But I mean, you called up the wrong person there, Danny boy.
Do you think maybe Swerve is now going to go through every single Death Rider? The next, well, or even if he posts Ospreay, is he going to kind of go through the Death Riders?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Swerve Mox match eventually.
Yeah.
Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after that hot 360 from the top rope, it is time to hit the hot tag and let's have a debate. So, Nikki,
yes,
do fans nowadays take things too far with their wrestlers/athletes? As it came out that Rhea Ripley said that some fan actually found her personal phone number.
That's horrifying. Yes, it's too far. I know we love our superstars, we love our athletes, we love our celebrities. They do not owe you shit. You are not friends with them. They're not scamming you for thousands of dollars. Like, it's not real. She doesn't want you at her house. Stop it. And the thing with Liv Morgan's crazy. I think it just came out like Maria Kanellis got the cops to her house because someone said that they were like she was taking like a catfish situation. Like, oh, I gave all this money to Maria Kanellis. It's just like, they're not asking you for money. They're not trying to date you. They're not trying to say, let's meet up at the wrestling convention. And then you come and confront them and they're like, we're not in a relationship. Like, it's, again, I don't know if you ever saw the show Catfish. It blows my brain that these people think they're in a relationship with like this person, but I haven't seen you on camera and you won't talk to me and I don't have your cell phone number, but we're engaged and we're going to get married and everything's going to be great. I don't understand.
So that becomes, when does fantasy cross over into reality? people, it seems like people nowadays are confusing fantasy and reality. So their fantasy is now becoming their reality.
And they're not normal people. I kind of feel like if you really think that Rhea Ripley wants you to have her phone number, we're going to meet up because you can't see me at SmackDown, so I'm just going to come and see you. But if you know Rhea Ripley, you know she's fucking married. Like, what do you think is going to happen? I worry there's something not good in their brains, to be honest. I love Seth Rollins. If I get a message from Seth Rollins, I know it's not Seth Rollins. I'm not going to go. And remember that crazy fan came out and like attacked him because, again, another person he thought they were giving. Seth Rollins does not need your money. Like, you got to live in reality, people. Like, I don't, it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. Our next topic for debate. Does a wrestler who knows how to do less and make it mean more have more value than one who chases viral moments?
Oh, I think so. I get now that we live in this age that it's like you just want that reel, that YouTube, that clip, or whatever they're reels. Is that what they're called? The shorts. That's what It's like, oh, people only have like a 30-second attention span. And it's like, I guess that's true, but like, I don't know. I want to see, and that's what WWE, I guess more WWE is like, we want that moment, we want that spot, our big dick energy moment. But I was like, sometimes you don't need sometimes less is more. So I agree with that.
Do you think social media has a lot to do with the viral moments?
Of course, because we wouldn't be trying to get these moments if there wasn't a platform to put them on. Again, like, thinking to the Attitude Era, like the dial-up of WWE.com we were all getting to, like, I feel like it wasn't like, I'll have to get that 30-second little clip just to put on a thing. Like, it was more about the in-ring, the storytelling, what was happening in the moment, not saying that someone's going to Google this 6 hours from now.
Valid points. So how important are wins and losses in pro wrestling? According to AJ Styles, he feels that they're not that important.
No, because I think on the WWE side, it's all 50-50 booking bullshit. And then, like, I feel like with AEW, they were trying to make, like, wins and losses matters. And they were at the bottom of the ticker. They were saying, like, how many losses, how many wins. Then I feel like that sort of faded out. And then it came back and, like, faded out again. Like, that really, Again, Jade, who lost her championship, lost the Queen of the Ring thing, and now she gets a title shot. Like, what did you do to earn that? Just because you're Jade Cargill, I don't care. Like, it should mean something, but in this, in this world, it doesn't.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Since we have brought this person up prior, who has less charisma? Daniel Garcia, who has all the charisma of a wet load of laundry, or Marina Shafir?
Oh.
You don't want to shit on Marina Shafir because she's a female, but I think you're going to say Marina.
No, actually, she was on Paige's podcast. I guess she hasn't really been obviously doing it because she's in WWE, but she was on the podcast, and I feel like she had so much more like life and personality to her than like the machine that she is on TV. And I'm worried like sometimes that like you don't let people, because she's just, John's heavy, and I feel like they don't give her the opportunity to maybe have a little more charisma.
I will say I have met her in person. When she's not on TV, she was really funny. Her and Roddy were at WrestleCade together, and she was going off on him because he was still wearing his neck brace at the time, his neck brace gimmick. And then my son come up with his neck brace on.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, you're one of my favorite wrestlers, so I'm doing your gimmick. And she got a kick out of it.
Yeah, she got like on that podcast. She just gushed about him, about Roddy, and how like they met and all this other stuff, and then, like they're just like so cute. And I don't know, I love my wrestling couples, but I don't know. I also made me feel like Danny Garcia could also. I don't think he really got a chance to show what he can do either. He was just like this dance move for a while, and now he's just like a background character. I don't think anybody shows any personality in the Death Riders thinking about it. As much as I love Pac, he's getting tickled and I hate everything about it. Like Claudio, I feel like they don't really let him do any talking or anything. And Wheeler Yuta. Honestly, I would take Daniel Garcia over Wheeler Yuta.
That hurts. I love Wheeler Yuta.
I know he's good in the ring, but like I don't know. I'm just like, ugh. I think maybe I liked him better. Maybe I still hold a grudge that he turned on Brian, but I liked him with Brian more. And now that he turned on Brian and he cried about it, but then like went along with it, I'm just like, you're dead to me.
Okay. Is MJF the greatest heel of this generation?
Yes, hands down. I don't think there's like the complete total package. Again, I think he's like kind of second to none on the mic, and then sometimes like you forget he's actually really good in the ring. And I feel like sometimes like,
do you see him being on like the Ric Flair level, like where people are talking about him 20 or 30 years later?
I hope so. I really genuinely hope so. I think, they say, generational talent, and I know he says it all the time, but like, I think he can be, and he should be. I'm hoping he stays on the trajectory that he's on. And I think I feel like maybe not necessarily MJF but we have like, your Ric Flairs, and there's the Austin and the Rocks, and then John Cena. And now like, again, push your babies. We need to start building up who that next kind of generation is going to be. And it's like, right now it's like Roman. I'm like, ugh. So I'm hoping that MJF can be that.
Can you be a successful pro wrestler anymore without catering to social media?
I hope so. There's got to be wrestlers out there that are not on Twitter or have someone else do it for them. I think like Jon Moxley's not on Twitter. But I hope so. Like if you're in the right, or even like if you're not active on it, like I hope you're working with a promotion that gets your stuff out there. But I don't think you have to be like constantly checking who's tagging you and stuff, who's doing what. I have to make sure I post 4,000 videos so you can watch me. You should be, I hope so. Maybe I'm too old for this question. I'm just like, I hope so. Fuck social media, kids, get off it. Oh, our niece is like, she's like, I got 1,000 followers on TikTok. I'm like, who are these people? Get off TikTok. Stop it. I don't like any of this.
I don't even have TikTok, so I'm okay with that.
I'm just like, I don't. She's like, I'm like, I don't no.
All right. Well, that was a great hot tag. And now it is time to see if Nikki has any nitpicks of the week.
I do. And I'm going to going a little different on this one. And Reese's title for this show, I laughed because I want to talk about entrance music. And God damn it, Def Rebel, why are you so terrible at your jobs? I was watching the AAA show last night.
Oh, I checked that out
and
too.
I
watched
like,
it.
Why is Ray Phoenix music so bad? I was like, this is terrible. And then made me think on Monday, then Chad Gable has new music, and that's fucking terrible. It sounds like it should be like Dolph Ziggler's music. Why is he coming out to like 80s like power like rock ballads? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like there should have been WWE had the most iconic wrestling music.
Poison singing, every rose has its thorn.
Like it's terrible. I'm like, why? And like once in a while you have Gem. I don't know if Def Rebel did it, but like I love Ethan Page's music. But it's always like It's like where Jordan Grace's music is terrible, and it's like we joke every Royal Rumble now. It's like the music plays, and we're like, who is this? We need the trot. Because you don't know anyone's music anymore. Like nothing feels iconic or personal. Like I think like AEW's like Will Ospreay's music is one of my favorite entrance music. That just I don't know how that doesn't get you like pumped up. Or Kenny Omega's music, like there's feels like it fits them and it makes sense. And I feel like WWE there's nothing.
Yeah, Elevated is my son's ringtone on my phone. He fixed it to when he calls me, it plays Elevated. So I know it's him. And like I have the Imperial March, the Darth Vader theme for my mom when she calls, because we always called her the Evil Empire because she was so mean. And so I didn't even have to look at my phone. I can tell you who's calling me by my ringtones.
Yeah.
But yeah, he set it up to be elevated.
Love it. Again, because it's good. Like I want to say his name's Mikey. Is that who does the music for AEW or used to do? I don't know. But
Mikey Ruckus, yeah.
I thought there was rumors that I thought there was rumors that they weren't going to work with Def Rebel anymore, but I feel like they are still working with them, and I'm just like,
well, there was rumors that Def Rebel's contract was coming up. Yeah. And then you didn't hear any more about it, so either they re-signed them or maybe it's up at the end of the year.
I don't know, but I just feel like there's so many people that, again, like I said, got done dirty in WWE music, and it's like this is supposed to like pump the crowd up, to pump up your wrestler, and it's like,
does WWE not have Jimmy Hart on a Legends deal? Jimmy Hart created some great music back in the day. He wrote Shawn Michaels' song.
Yeah, he also on Cody's podcast, he talked about like all the songs that he's like written and how he wanted to incorporate like wrestlers to do like in their music. But it's like,
he did a whole lecture on that last year at WrestleCade. Because like on Fridays they have like this lecture series where they'll do, and so the early one was him talking about all the music that he did, and then later on that afternoon they had like a Q&A with Tony Schiavone, which I got to ask him a question. I asked him how was it working with Nigel, and is Nigel really a pompous ass?
Oh.
And he's like, no, Nigel's really cool. He just acts that way on TV.
Love Nigel like this. But yeah, I just feel like there has to be somebody else. Again, like Liv Morgan wanted to do her own music because she hated the Judgment Day music. When Finn Balor left, he's like, I'm glad I don't have to come out to the Judgment Day music anymore. Like it's sad that wrestlers.
Well, I have to say, I think I'd rather Def Rebel do her music than her.
She got to live her Britney Spears dream, and she got to be Britney Spears for 2 days. I'm not gonna be mad at it. It's not my type of music, but girl living her dreams. But yeah, she'd rather come out to that than her Def Rebel music. Just like, you have the money, WWE. Like, come on. I want to be excited about the wrestler coming out. It's supposed to pump up the wrestler, pump up the crowd, and you have like the most generic bullshit that I'm never going to associate Chad Gable
and then
with
they all sound the same, so you don't know who's coming out.
Exactly. So Royal Rumble's going to be fun again, kids, because we know nobody's music. End scene.
Yay.
So I figured all the other wrestling stuff I want to rant about, that's going to be like our Lariats later. So figured I'd throw out something different. WWE, get your music shit together.
There you go. There you go. But I mean, and like I said, I mean, you have Jimmy Hart on a Legends deal. Let him write some music. It's not like he doesn't know what he's fucking doing.
I'm just talking about
the man has made iconic theme songs. The best one, Shawn Michaels. Everybody knows Sexy Boy that's a wrestling fan.
Yeah. And he also talked about on Cody's podcast how he watches NXT every week. He watches the product. It was like someone who's maybe a little out of like the WWE pocket, but watches the program can come up with better music than these pieces of crap.
Well, I like that nitpick this week, Nikki. It was good. We could have a whole show on that.
Very true.
So now it is time for Kat's lecture on and why this is a great idea. So I'm going to need you all to hold on to your hats do not yell at me. Do not get mad at me. Because this lecture is going to be awesome.
I'm here
The
for it.
title of this week's lecture, All Hail King Yeet. Alrighty, here we go. If WWE is serious about creating its next top champion, then Jey Uso is the correct choice to win King of the Ring and eventually taking the undisputed WWE Championship from Cody Rhodes. I know everybody in the chat's already groaning. Cody's been the champion, but every title reign reaches a point where it should elevate someone else. So why not Jey Uso? Jey has spent the last several years evolving from a tag team specialist to a main event single star. He survived the bloodline drama, won a world championship, connected with the audience on a level few wrestlers can match, and he remains one of WWE's most organically popular performers. Recent King of the Ring victories have put him in a position for another major breakthrough. Most importantly, Jey's story feels unfinished. Cody's journey was about finishing the story. Jey's story? It's about proving he belongs at the very top without Roman Reigns, without family politics, and without anyone carrying him. A King of the Ring victory followed by a championship win over Cody would complete that narrative while giving SmackDown a fresh, emotionally driven champion. And fans already chant yeet before he even speaks. WWE, you can't manufacture that kind of connection. When a wrestler reaches that level of audience investment, the company should capitalize on it. Jey Uso isn't just a popular choice. He's the right choice to become the next face in this championship picture.
Now, do you believe any word of that?
Fuck no.
Love it. Ugh. I mean, like, it makes
no, and I said all that with a straight face too.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Shocking.
You need the Logan Paul thing. You can't fire me. Or Ric Flair, you can't fire me. I'm already fired.
We were sitting at lunch today, and I told Brendan, I was like, Reese is gonna fire me after my lecture today. And he's like, did you just make up these just to fuck with Reese? I said, pretty much.
Oh, but there's people that believe it, and I'm worried it's gonna be a thing. I'm so worried there's gonna be bloodline champions on both brands, and I will cry.
The only way this could work, if this is what they want to do, is finally having Jey fuck Roman. And I don't mean literally, I mean like fuck him over. And break away and him actually being his own person.
I don't
see that happening.
Right, but I feel like there's him winning a belt off Cody. To me, is not a fuck you to Roman. He has to like cost Roman or fight Roman and take the belt off Roman. Him being Cody, I feel like doesn't satisfy the other part. I don't want to see it. I don't. No, thank you.
That's my best lecture so far.
But I love it. Well written, well spoken, controversy in the chat. Kat, I'm here for it. You know it.
That's what we're here for. Chat engagement. They fight about it while we discuss it. So now it's time to put on some lipsticks and hit some lariats for this week's lipstick and lariat of the week. All right, my lipstick of the week goes to my girl Thekla, who pulled up in Stardom just to beat up Tara Okada.
I knew that was going to be your lipstick. I knew it. But this is like a Forbidden Door match that feels like the Forbidden Door of like her saying like, well, they fired me, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. And then going over there and like invading and making it feel like this is a big thing that like the woman from Stardom has to like protect Stardom and protect what's his face, and then like it feels real, more real.
What would make this even better, and I know they wouldn't do this, put the title on Starlight Kid.
I don't think Tony's gonna do that.
I don't think he would either, but I that would just be funny. Like Tara Okada screws Tekla and Starlight wins for payback. I mean, even if it's just for a week,
Yeah,
and
then I
then
feel like
have
have
Tekla beat her again. Like Tekla's like, this is bullshit, and then
would she? And then I feel like she'd have to go to Stardom and win it back at Stardom.
maybe.
I don't know what their TV schedule is, but then it'd be an ultimate fuck you for her to go back to Japan, win her belt back in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So, what's your lipstick of the week, Nikki?
Mine is going to Swerve Strickland. The promo off between him and Ospreay. I say this to Nick every time I see him. He cuts the promo. I'm like, he's a star. He's a fucking star. Like, put the belt on him. And I know it's not going to go on him, but I'm just like, I think he's like the best example of someone that WWE didn't know what to do with, and then went to AEW and became a star. And then I just love when he like sits in the corner and like Nana just handed him the chain, and he just like grabbed it with not like taking his eyes off Ospreay. Like, I don't know. I know he's not going to get the belt anytime soon, but like, Swerve Strickland forever. He's, I don't know. He's been like my favorite. He's like one of my favorites. And every time he comes on TV, like I'm just like, all right, phone down, dog stop. Like I'm just like focused on him. He's my favorite.
Yes, I love me some Swerve Strickland. All right, now on to our Lariat of the week. And mine goes to both Raw and SmackDown because both shows were awful. And I have a second Lariat of the week.
Yes.
And it is Nick and I agreeing on your show Friday. The world is ending if Nick and I agree on something.
This is what sounds like. I don't know what to do if you two agreeing. This doesn't. What's happening?
And
then
we
my computer
agree
didn't work.
that the Omega Zack Sabre Jr. match is not a dream match.
And then my computer stopped working. So I think the two of you agreeing doesn't work in my world.
Your computer's like, nah, we can't have Kat in the chat agreeing with Nick.
Exactly. My computer's like, no, I need to go to bed. I don't know. I don't know why he was like so upset about that match. He's like, well, dream. I was like, I don't know. It's not my top dream match, but to some, sure. But all right. But yeah, no, it's definitely, that should be everyone's Lariat. You and Nick can't agree.
All right, what's yours? What's your Lariat of the week, Nikki?
I hate doing it. I don't understand. Again, we're leading up to Jade Charlotte. Then why do they have to beat Charlotte up? She valiantly comes out limping, but then it still takes Liv 20 minutes to beat her. Liv is already a champion. Why can't your champion just beat Charlotte Flair? I don't, because again, it's Charlotte fucking Flair. I don't like that. Again, maybe this goes into like the wins and losses mean nothing, but it's just like, I feel like it didn't need all that. I feel like it doesn't make Liv look great. Again, you're pushing Charlotte because I feel like she's going to have that match with Jade. Is Charlotte going to be U.S. champion? Wasn't Rick U.S. champion? Now they're trying to make her U.S. champion, give her all the belts. Would she be a would that make her a Grand Slam?
I don't know.
If she had both Raw and SmackDown, NXT, Tag, and now this mid-card thing. I just don't.
Do you think they had Jade beat up Charlotte to make Jade look stronger going into her match with Tiffany?
But was it really Jay though? Like BFAB did the initial like chop block. Wasn't it mostly BFAB and Meat Chin?
Yeah, but I mean, they're aligned with Jade, so
I don't know. I just don't let that. It's like, all right, you got beat up, you valiantly come out, but then have a 20-minute match. Again, it's hard because I don't like shit.
And then you let Liv win the match.
Yeah,
So,
and then it's
so you pretty much are telling everybody Io's gonna win.
I'm worried she's not going to win it, and they're going to make her Livy 2 belts, and it's going to be like a fuck you to Rhea again at SummerSlam. Or, like, I guess is technically, yeah, it'll be like a fuck you at SummerSlam again to Rhea. I'm worried because how like I was telling you this, when Jamie Hayter was injured. And then they had that match at Wembley, and it was kind of like a quick take the belt off her because she knows she's going to be out. Would WWE do something similar with Rhea and have Liv just come out and kind of just do another like kind of F you to her? Then Io, who's supposed to be her best friend, I don't think, again, there's too many heels on SmackDown. I don't see them a reason, or they shouldn't turn Io heel. So I think it'd have to be Liv Morgan.
Now would be a good time for Asuka to come back.
Agreed. I don't know. I again, but then it ties into the King of the Ring. I'm worried it's going to be Jay and Liv. I'm like, and the women's side, it's like a current champion and a previous champion. Again, you're not pushing any babies. You're not doing anything new here. And I don't think Opa's going to win it. I don't think the SummerSlam match would be Roman Oba.
No, I definitely think they're letting Jay win now.
So it's just like, you're not, again, I say this every week on every show all the time in my life, push your babies. We have to build new fucking stars.
Oh, your husband is calling you out in the chat, Nikki. He said there isn't too many heels anywhere because they're all tweeners, right?
Oh, he can go kick rocks.
She's changing the locks on the house next weekend when you're down the shore.
But it is. There has to be, again, I know there's certain people that, we're going to do this again. There's certain people that can live in the middle, in the gray of heel face. But I don't think, and a lot of this with WWE is not nuanced, that you can kind of live in the middle. I don't think, I can't think of a SmackDown person that maybe, to me, well, he's not even on TV, like Drew McIntyre, I feel is that person that kind of lives in that middle. He's that justified heel that's actually right about everything. Yeah. Do you want to say Sammy? But after Friday, I think Sammy's now got his toes in the heel camp.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, you can. One of them can work. That's fine. But yeah, my Lariat is like shitty women's booking into shitty King of the Ring booking. And either I was debating if one of those were going to be my rants. And I was like, well, I feel like that's both the Lariats. So I went different from my rant. But come on. I say this every week. They're not listening, Kat. Push your babies.
I agree, and to be honest, I would have rather seen Javon in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because his style is so much different than Oba. So then you would, he's like high flying, whatever, so that could confuse Oba. I don't know.
Like,
You can put Jay in there, and as I said, Jay should be your future world champion because he's so great.
Does anyone want? I have no desire to see Oba versus Jay.
Is Jay going to tap Oba out like he did Gunther?
Oh my god! Then we all need to stop watching wrestling immediately.
Or is Jay gonna pick Oba up and like power slam him and pin him, since like that power slam thing is like Oba's finishing move?
Ooh, I hate everything about this. I rather than just get Big Jim to do something. Like
I agree with Reese. It should have been Ethan and Braun.
Wouldn't be mad at that. I don't know. Again, if looking back, I can't remember if I said this on the podcast or just said it to Nick off camera, but like, again, like your early days, your Bret Harts, your Stone Colds, your made Stone Cold, your Triple H's, like more recent Wade Barrett. Like it should be this guy who's on the cusp of the main event scene, but this launches them into the main event scene. Jay, Liv, EL, all former champions. They don't need a win like this to be catapulted in the main event scene. And if you just wanted to have a tournament to have the match at SummerSlam, then just make it a tournament and the person becomes number one contender. You don't have to slap on this king and queen shit.
That's true too.
Because then if it was just a number one contenders, and I'm like, oh yeah, like EO makes sense or Jay makes sense. Like it's more palatable to me not slapping this moniker on it that used to mean something if you're a certain age watching at a certain time.
Yeah.
No, I would agree. Like King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, like Jackson doesn't like it. It's like you need to
there you go.
Put some stuff away. Just put it away for a little bit.
Oh, boy. I do not need to lariat Jay Uso. He's going to be our next undisputed champion. Alrighty, so now it is time for our main event. So, this is where we discuss some highlights from this week's show. I don't remember any highlights from Raw that I really want to talk about. Anything from Raw you want to talk about, Nikki?
I will say, because again, I love the silly shit. Liv Morgan flirting with Danhausen and Danhausen no-selling it made me laugh so hard. When she takes her jacket off, he's like, wow, and he's like, my cheese. And it's like, oh, I love that he was just like, that didn't compute in his brain what she was trying to do. I love that. So that was the one. Again, I love the silly shit. I don't know what's going on with Kit and the Miz, but the Miz just like looking so deadpan and just like when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut, and they keep putting his hand down, makes me laugh. Sometimes I just need to laugh during my wrestling.
I like the Danhausen segments because they're, they kind of break up the monotonous wrestling, whatever. And so far, knock on wood, they haven't been like too long. They're, like just enough to give you that cute little laugh, and then we get back to wrestling.
You know, when Danhausen going trouble, like stop it. He's like, put me in a new video. Here for it. I love the silly stuff.
SmackDown was bad again.
Yeah.
And again, I'm going to go on my Sami Zayn rant. I am so sick of this fucker. And now we're getting a three-way. Why?
Oh, I hate it. Was just like when he kicked that rope and went down for the quick pin, I was like, oh, that's going to be a triple threat now, isn't it? Like, we knew it. We knew that was happening. I just thought, I don't know. And then they restarted the match, and he comes out with a haluva kick. And then, like, oh, he accidentally, like, someone is over your shoulder, and then your immediate thought is to, like, hit them with the belt. And they go, oh, no, that was Cody. Who else is touching you? Or it's Nick Aldis, and you hit your boss. Like, your first instinct is to hit somebody with the belt and then look kind of sad because it's Cody.
And I get that, like, his character work is good because it makes me hate him so much, and that's the point of it. I was never a fan of him in the first place. This just makes it even worse. I don't know how to explain it. No, I'm just sick of him.
I know. Well, I have a feeling he's not going away anytime soon.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Well,
people are calling out AAA in the chat. I know we both watched it. I think it's one of the best quick hours of wrestling on TV. You got 2 great matches. You had the Dom promo, and then you had the promo from Ludwig.
El Grande, yeah.
Yes. So I'm sorry, I call him, and I'm really sick and tired of Rey Mysterio dubbing over it. I'm like, just let him talk. And then everyone's talking about the beatdown, and I think it's going to be super interesting, and I think he's going to have to go through that group to get to Dom in September.
It's pretty bad when AAA is the best TKO wrestling promotion.
I'm not mad at it. I love Corey and JB. I can take out Rey Mysterio, but Corey and JBL on comms, fun wrestling matches. It's a fun hour.
Alrighty, so Dynamite. I wasn't too impressed with Dynamite this week. Like I said, you gave your lipstick to the Swerve Ospreay promo. I loved it. But let's talk about something within that promo. People got offended by Ospreay singing he banged his wife. People, can you get a fucking life and stop being offended over everything? I mean, you already ran his wife off of Twitter because y'all made fun of her come running in after she lost to Mercedes while he was giving a promo. Then you get offended seeing that he's like, I don't know the word I'm looking for. But just stop getting offended by everything. Just, if you don't like something, scroll past it. Don't watch it. It's not difficult.
I thought he was like, oh, I smashed the life out of her. And I was like, great. When he's like, clean yourself up, love. I was like, no, but fine. But again, I don't think he would have said
it's probably just his type of humor.
Right. And
like,
I think
British humor is different than American humor, even though I like British humor.
100% agreed. And I think Alex probably gave him I think he definitely would have ran that by her, but like, I'm going to say this. And she probably like, yeah, love it. Like, watch her in RJ City. Like, she's also cut the dirty mind that he does. Like, I don't know why people got offended. It's like, all right, again, that's what you do. Like, I don't know. Again, I was like, clean yourself up. I'm going to Houston. I was like, all right, you clean yourself up. But again, not offended. On the other hand, I don't.
And what if the roles had been reversed and it was her cutting the promo and she was out there saying, well, I gave Will the best blowjob of his life and then I threw him a towel and told him to clean his jizz up?
I'd be all fucking here for it. I would love that even more. I hope that's her next promo.
So would all the men be on Twitter crying about it? No, probably. This is why I fucking hate women, because y'all get offended by everything.
Blanket statement of the year. I feel like boys would complain like, oh my god.
And you don't think the guys talk about this when they're sitting at the bar together? Do you not think like
also don't think girls talk
they all talk about their wives and shit like that?
But it's just like also girls talk like that too. Like it goes both ways here. And I think if Alex cut the promo, I'd be like, girl, get it. Again, his promo didn't really bother me. And what bothered me when he told that girl, he's like, go touch grass. Again, like Ricochet, don't engage. Be above. I know you're upset. Like, yeah, you're kind of better than. Also, then he works on that women's promotion in the UK. It's like, maybe just not engage. I thought it was fine. It was funny. Then he went into the serious promo. I don't know why people want to get, but again, we're talking about, we always talk about it. The wrestling community is crazy. Don't get offended by everything, but you also don't have to react to everything.
True. All right. Sticking with Dynamite, we all knew who was going to be on Team Briscoe pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But did we really need Orange Cassidy?
Yes.
No.
Which I do understand. So we did the 6-man to go into a 3-man, right? But with a cage on it. Why?
We're gonna have a 12-man with a cage.
So why did we need this? We did not need this match.
No, I thought that they would just announce the teams and then maybe like one team jump the other team backstage or something.
Yeah,
I mean, they did take out our Lord and sexual savior Ishii, but I got, Takeshita's gonna be in it, so.
I love the opening of him like running down the Don Callis family, but like I don't really think you need that. Does this maybe take away from the cage match? So we kind of half saw it.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking forward to the match in the first place, but I mean, you kind of already given it to me minus the cage. The only difference is it's going to be blood.
And confirmed or not, main event. Because I thought originally it was like, that's going to be the main event. And then everyone's like, I want this to be the main event.
I haven't heard.
And I think the love of your life might come back and cost MJF. Rumors, Hanger's coming back.
No, nobody needs to see that.
I know.
Now, if Wardlow comes back and costs MJF, I'd be okay with that. Because Wardlow's nice looking. And I've been beside that man in real life before. Woo! Damn.
Living for it.
And I got the picture to prove it.
Isn't he cleared though? Wasn't that him in Brooklyn, Queens? Where were they? For Double or Nothing. Wasn't he supposed to be there to like see doctors and get cleared?
He was backstage, and I think he was to see the doctors and stuff. So he may be getting cleared and coming back. I think if anybody's going to screw MJF, it's going to be Andrade. How you know? Because Andrade wants that belt.
I feel like if we were doing like a half year award, like I would give like an improved or like surprise or like I'm loving Andrade. This new run in AEW with him. How you know? I love it. I love everything about it. But I because they were all celebrating. He was on the turnbuckle and like again, I feel like everybody comes back, or if anybody turns heel, they need to go to Don Callis, and I feel like that we need to stop doing that a little bit.
Yeah, it's like if you're a bad guy, you like the Callis family is the gatekeepers of the bad guys.
Right, and I'm just like, I want something more for Andrade. Again, I don't think Kevin Knight needs him, but here we are.
We also got the face-to-face between Zack Sabre Jr. and Omega. And yes, it's not a dream match to me. And I hate to say this, but I kind of noticed while Omega was leaning up against the ropes, he kind of getting a little pudgy.
Yeah. But it's just like, I said this, it makes no sense. Like, again, if I, coming in, not knowing New Japan or any of the things, you didn't tell me jack shit about Zack Sabre Jr. He kind of looked like a bitch, to be honest. If like he comes out and then Kenny cuts a promo, he kind of hits the mic, and then I don't know. It's just like, well, if I didn't have a knowledge about him, I'd be like, well, Kenny's gonna beat the shit out of this guy. Fuck that guy. What's with the blonde hair? Ugh. Like, I mean, it's like it's Zack Sabre Jr. Like, this guy's really fucking good, and I feel like if you didn't see previous matches or know things.
Oh, did we lose Nikki? Nikki froze on us.
No.
There she's back. She's back.
Oh my god.
You're back.
I was just talking into the ether. I don't know. Oh god, my computer hates me.
It is time for an upgrade. Collision was pretty good. I enjoyed it last night.
I kind of watched blips and blops of it today, like doing other stuff, but like I don't.
Dynamite is setting up to be pretty good for this coming week with the matches that have been announced, so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
How do you feel about the survival of the fittest for the TBS belt?
I'm down for it. I think it should be put on someone that hasn't had a title.
I'm just worried it's going to be Statlander again. That's my concern.
You know who I would like to see with that title? I'd like to see them give it to Harley Cameron.
Oh, I would love it.
I like her. She is hilarious. I've met her in person, and she is super dope in person. I think she would be great for that.
I would love that. Do they announce all the matches yet? Am I behind on that? Or is it just, I know Statlander.
I know Stat qualified. I know Harley has qualified. And I can't remember anything else.
But yeah, again, like, I think Reese went in the chat, like, Harley, Sky Blue. I would love for Julia Hart to get her belt back. I love her a lot, and I wish they let her kind of have a little more. No,
if you want to make that girl faction or women's faction stronger, I would say Julia and Sky should get the tag belts and beat Lena Cross and Megan Bain.
I just kind of feel like they've built nobody to beat Megan Bain. She big, beautiful. Her and Lena Cross. Like, I don't see any of tag teams right now beating them.
It would have to be like a flute win.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't want Megan
so
Bain.
So it's Statlander, Sheeta, Persephone, and Harley Cameron so far that I know of. Out of those, I would prefer Harley.
Harley would be my number one, then like Sheeta would be like my second. Because I would rather anybody but Statlander, and I feel bad. Friend of the next podcast. I'm just like, I think she's someone that maybe needs to go away for a little bit. Which I hate.
Well, she's in the Daniel Garcia thing. Like, her charisma is like a wet load of laundry.
Nothing. Even like, again, Nick got the cameo for doing the shout out for her show, and it's still, it's like when the one with Big E and the one with Speedball, there's personality, there's eyebrows. She like just does like a finger gun. I'm like, there's like nothing.
This like, is I think she has one tone, one monotone, and that's it. Nothing else.
I know. It's just like one, like this should be like, again, 30 seconds for you to say this is Nick Club. You're watching the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour, and she gives nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like, kind of like Nick showed, he's like, I got this. I was like, okay.
Good job, babe. Alrighty. I think we touched on all the shows. We talked about the Triple S show, how it's better than any of the other shows.
I know. Corey Graves. Just shout out to Corey Graves. He's the best.
I love his connection with JBL on commentary.
And JB, when they brought up before, like, I guess when Ludwig was coming out, JBL saying, I had no idea it was Chad Gable. I've been friends with Chad for years. Like, him just selling it that he had no idea it was Chad. Like, I love JBL. I know there's all this stuff around JBL, but like, I do love him. And him and Corey, chef's kiss.
Alrighty, now that we have finished up with our main event, it is time for fan interaction with our ringside fan turnbuckle segment. So, get your questions in so you can get our takes and our opinions on things that you want to ask us. And Abu, ask, main match to look out for Night of Champions.
You know, I gotta say my Seth. You think Seth Broad?
I think I'm gonna have to go with you because I'm trying to think what's on Night of Champions. It definitely ain't gonna be Jade and Tiffy.
Jade, Tiffy, and you got your triple.
And I ain't doing the 3-way.
Liv,
that's not the 3-way I want.
I think Liv Io will be good, but I think Seth Braun. I think
out of all those matches, the Seth Braun, and I hate to say this, but the 3-way are the only ones that have like real storytelling to it.
Yeah. Because I don't. Not because obviously, like a tournament, you don't need the history going into it, but obviously, have the champions going into it. is there really anything between Io and Liv? Or is it just like, I screwed over Rhea, you're Rhea's best friend, now we're going to fight for Rhea's belt?
I suppose that's the story. Abu says Oba and Jay, if they want Jay to win, Brock is going to interfere. No, I think they're going to let Jay beat Oba clean.
Oh,
just so the internet will have a major breakdown.
No, they got that Saudi money for Brock to fly out. Saudi loves Brock. I'm gonna be real upset if I feel like he's going to win, but if he wins clean, I'm gonna be real upset.
All right. Speaking of AAA, who is the former WWE World Champion that hasn't been on AAA? There was a video package of Ray being interviewed about that. Any guesses of who it is? I did see the video of Ray talking about that. As far as who it is,
I think I saw a spoilie for this. Apparently, Ray was doing media in Mexico and kind of let it slip, so I don't want to.
Is it John Cena?
It's not John Cena. I don't think you're gonna be impressed or happy or like about who. The article that I saw, if it's real, I don't think you're gonna
Ric Flair.
I think everyone would be like, "What the fuck, Ric Flair?" This is gonna be like, eh.
Trying to think who is former champion that's never been in AAA. Do they still wrestle?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're going to have Finn Balor.
Perhaps.
I'm going to go with Finn Balor. Reese said he's saying Damian Priest.
Someone from the Judgment Day. Tune in next week to see who's right.
Yep. I'll tune in next week to see who's right. What's your future predictions for remaining 2025 for any promotion? You mean 2026? Future prediction.
It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler.
Yes, it's a spoiler. Jey Uso is going to win and become champion, and him and Roman are going to be champions together. So we can have the Bloodline story going on for the next 20 years.
It's going to be Bloodline and someone in a fucking War Games match.
Again.
Enough with the War Games, but maybe that's my prediction. It's going to be another Bloodline War Games match, and no one wants it. No, come here. You don't want that. No.
Ain't it time for Punk to come back and screw something up?
But that's the thing. The rumors he's supposed to go to SmackDown, so I think that's my worry. It's not going to be Jay because I don't think he's going to go after Cody, or is that the swerve that he wins and he's not going to go after Cody? He's going to go after Roman. Because apparently the rumor is Punk is supposed to come back and go to SmackDown. And I'd rather see Cody Punk than Jay Cody. I just want
or unless Punk makes it a three-way and it'd be Cody, Jay, and Punk.
But then we just saw that we just had Cody. We're about to have Cody, Gunther, Sammy.
Well, I mean, they love their three-ways. CM Punk takes the title, so Sammy beats him. Fuck no.
I don't want to see CM Punk Sammy. Not a dream match.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much success do you think AJ Styles' son can achieve in the business? I did see where his son is having his first wrestling match. If he's anything like his dad, he could have great success. I mean,
I hope
he's got the right genes, and I don't mean to con you wear.
He looks like Wendy though. I feel like the kids look more like mom than AJ. But yeah, his first little thing I think is so great. But I'm assuming eventually he's going to wind up at the PC. But I hope, would be, they love their second generation superstars. So
See, Josiah brought up a great point last night. How long before the Don Callis family and MJF's partnership breaks down in this match?
because he wrote DCF and was like, what does that mean?
Don Callis family.
Acronym.
I don't think it really is going to break down. I think the only person from the Callis family that's going to do it, that would turn would be Andrade. And then they are all going to beat up Andrade.
Well, it's the thing, like, they kicked out
Takeshita.
and then it was Kevin Knighton. Like, you kick a person out, you get, like, I just feel like this group is just going to be a rotation of things. I don't see this, because I feel like they kind of AEW, like, with Japan and their factions, I feel like they just have their factions. This is the one, again, it's like maybe their version of Bullet Club. Like, there's going to be a million iterations and people just circle in and out, and it's always just going to be the Don Callis family.
It's possible. And then if Wardlow gets cleared, he was in the Don Callis family, so you kick Andrade out and put Wardlow back in.
Yeah.
Well, and Reese brings up a good point. He says, what about Okada? Because Okada wants the world title too. I don't think Okada's going to screw anybody right now, though.
Wouldn't he just make them have a match to have the match?
Maybe.
I'm going to murder this dog.
Andrade and then Kyle gets sick and tired of Kevin Knight in the next few months. Maybe.
Few months. That's too long. That's too long. Fletcher should be like, that's my belt. I never lost it. I got a pretty pink one backstage. You need to. I really don't like Kevin Knight with the belt. I want Fletcher to have that belt back so bad.
Yeah, I did enjoy Kyle Fletcher with that belt. And it's something about heels being like champions that works for me more so than baby faces.
Because
I think the baby faces get stale too quickly.
Yeah. I'm throwing tissues at the dog because he's looking at himself, and it's driving me insane. But no, I think they're better chasing, and I feel like that's I'm unfortunately, I know you're not a fan, but I think that's what Hangman kind of fell into. Like, everyone's like, get the belt, get the belt, get the belt. They got it off Kenny, and everyone's like, oh, well, okay then. And then it was just like, get the belt, get the belt, get the belt, and you got it, and it's like, some people are just better chasing.
That is true. That is true. All righty. Do we have any more questions before we head on out?
The next few weeks about what?
Next few weeks instead of next few months for Kyle and Kevin Knight.
All right, I'll take weeks. Months, I'm just like, we can't.
Nikki doesn't like long-term storytelling.
No, I do, and it's right. But Fletcher with the belt is more right. And I don't want him to like, maybe like, is that gonna be a Wembley match? Probably not. Then I don't want to wait till like March at like Revolution. Like, I don't know. But again, maybe you can change the title on a non-pay-per-view. I don't know.
Well, I mean, they do have Redemption coming up, and everybody thinks because it's titled Redemption, everybody's going to get redemption for something, which I kind of think is stupid, but that's just me.
Again, they don't need this pay-per-view. We talked about it last week. They don't need this fucking pay-per-view. And I said, it feels like such a dumb WWE name to me. Like, it's like it's backlash.
Yes. Chester asks, what did Roman say to Jacob in his ear on Raw this past week? That's a good question.
Besties! I gave you a friendship necklace, and we're going to be best friends forever. You're my favorite. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he said, you are my favorite in the bloodline. I think they're plotting to probably beat the shit out of Jimmy.
Poor Big Jim. Send him home, be with Naomi and the baby.
Yep. All right. What is the best booked championship division in wrestling right now? I got nothing. Because I think they're all kind of bad in their own way.
I think right now my favorite will probably be like men's IC. Like I think Penta's been such a fun champion, and then you have Ethan Page, and you have Rusev, and then you have Chad Gable. I think that's a fun division right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think AEW is doing good with the MJF title run because you've got all these people aiming for MJF.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, his next feud or match is probably going to be Ospreay, but you still got Swerve, you got Andrade, you got Okada, so you don't really know when they just going to come out of the shadows and take over.
Yeah. I think that's what we kind of said about the Darby Allin reign. It was just like everybody and their mom was coming out of the woodwork because they want to be the champion. That's how it should be. You should have a bazillion challengers coming after you. That's what I think about Liv Morgan. No one's fucking challenged Liv for her belt. She's just in a tournament to win another one. At least like when the men's IC and not the same success, but same as the men's US, it's like people are circling both of them. Like, I want to be champion. And that's how it should be. You should have a million fucking people trying to get your belt. And how, like, that's not happening with our women's belts. It's annoying.
They do not need anyone challenging for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. The person that has that belt should just hold on to that belt forever.
Isn't that a match now?
Yeah, Shoto is supposed to be wrestling Tickling Pac.
I hate that. I hate that so much. It really makes me so goddamn angry. You left a company that didn't respect you, and you went to another company who you're not a champion, and then you get tickled by Jon Moxley. Justice for Pac.
Justice for Pac.
Maybe that's my next rant. Maybe I need to write an essay like you do on how much
there you go.
deserves more.
Alrighty. So, do we have any last second questions before we get ready to head on out of here?
You know, Bailey.
Reese says the global title has caused me betrayal.
Oops.
Oh well, you'll get over it. Love you. Mean it.
It's like, love you, Mina.
Alrighty. So, with that, episode 15 of the Lipsticks and Lariat podcast must end. But before we do, let's get our plugs in. So, if you want something interesting to read, you can check out my articles on wrestling and sports in general at themidpodcast.com. You can also subscribe to the Mid Podcast on YouTube at the Mid Podcast 6436 to hear more of my witty takes on wrestling and other things. And Nikki, tell the audience where they can find you.
You can find us at Nick Teodoro on YouTube, the home of Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour, where me and my hot husband disagree on everything about pro wrestling. I constantly yell at him. We have some cocktails. It's a fun time. Come join us.
Pull up to the bar. Make sure you like and subscribe to the weekly Steel Chair, because if you don't, there could be a Lariat coming out of the blue. And the only reason you aren't subscribed and liking the show is because you are like Will Ospreay. You're bringing your significant other. So until next time, we will see y'all Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Bye.